Crown Prince Christian's untold journey, from royal palaces to music festivals and the challenges of a modern era. Welcome to BNews. When you think of a future king, you may picture grandeur, flawless decorum, and a life meticulously planned within the gilded walls of a royal palace. But Denmark's Crown Prince Christian is proving he is much more than the sum of his titles. The young heir to the Danish throne has begun to reveal a more relatable, human side, one marked by his love of music, his willingness to mingle with everyday Danes, and his graceful navigation of the unique challenges that come with growing up in the public eye. His recent appearance at a Danish music festival without pomp or pretense stunned royal watchers and signaled the dawn of a more modern monarchy. Before we explore this fascinating story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to BNews, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest in royal news and behind-the-scenes insights. And after watching, tell us in the comments, do you think Crown Prince Christian represents the future of European royalty in a changing world? Let's now dive deep into the life of a young man who is rewriting what it means to be royal in the 21st century. In Denmark, the Crown Prince title is more than ceremonial, it is a symbol of continuity for one of the oldest monarchies in Europe. Christian Valdemar Henri John, born on October 15, 2005, has been in the public eye from his very first moments. Photographed leaving Rigshospitalet as an infant in his parents' arms, his every move since has been closely watched by both Danish media and an international audience fascinated by the fairy tale romance of his parents, King Frederik and Queen Mary. Even as a child, he carried the weight of expectations. At only 5 years old, he stood on the palace balcony waving to cheering crowds on Denmark's Constitution Day, already being groomed for a lifetime of service. But even then, it was clear Christian possessed a quiet confidence and easy charm that set him apart. Over the years, the public has witnessed his steady transformation from shy schoolboy to poised young leader. He has shown flashes of maturity far beyond his years, delivering speeches in both Danish and English, representing his family at solemn state ceremonies, and standing proudly at his father's coronation earlier this year. But Christian has also demonstrated that he is determined to forge his own path, balancing his royal duties with his personal passions. Now 19, Christian has stepped into adulthood under the brightest of spotlights. And while his parents have tried to shield him from unnecessary scrutiny, his every outing is analyzed for signs of how he will carry the monarchy forward. This year's Roskilde Festival offered perhaps the clearest glimpse yet of his approach. Rather than appearing aloof or protected behind layers of security, Christian attended the famed Danish music festival with friends, blending in with the thousands of young people gathered to celebrate music and culture. Social media was abuzz with blurry phone videos and selfies showing the Crown Prince laughing, cheering for the bands, and even waiting in line for food like everyone else. For many Danes, this display of normalcy was refreshing and profoundly symbolic. Here was their future king, approachable and down-to-earth, showing that he understands the lives of the people he will one day serve. At a time when European monarchies are under increasing pressure to modernize and justify their relevance, Christian's behavior struck just the right note. Yet it has not all been smooth sailing. Growing up in the public eye comes with unique pressures, and Christian has faced his share of challenges. Even his presence at the Roskilde Festival sparked some controversy, with critics questioning whether a future monarch should expose himself to the chaos and potential security risks of such a public setting. Others criticized what they perceived as a lack of decorum when photos surfaced of the prince enjoying himself late into the night. Those close to the family, however, argue that these criticisms miss the point. Christian is a young man first and a prince second, one royal insider told Danish media. His parents have worked hard to give him as normal a childhood as possible, and that includes learning how to relate to people and to have fun. That will ultimately make him a better king. It's a philosophy that seems to guide Christian in all areas of his life. Despite his royal status, he attended a public school and formed friendships with classmates from all walks of life. Teachers and students alike have described him as friendly, approachable, and remarkably unassuming. Traits that have endeared him to the Danish people and helped him build a strong foundation for his future role. His charitable endeavors also reflect this same down-to-earth ethos. In recent years, Christian has begun to take on patronages and participate in humanitarian work, following in his mother's footsteps as a passionate advocate for social causes. He has shown particular interest in programs aimed at youth mental health and climate change, two issues of vital importance to his generation. Observers note that his public speeches and appearances have grown increasingly polished and confident, suggesting he is already preparing for the immense responsibilities that await him. At his father's coronation, Christian stood proudly alongside his siblings, representing the next generation of the monarchy. Cameras captured him exchanging warm smiles with his father and offering quiet support to his emotional mother. A poignant moment that underscored his readiness to step into the spotlight when needed. Christian's ability to connect with young Danes is especially significant. In an era when many European monarchies struggle to remain relevant to younger generations, his relatable, approachable demeanor is a powerful asset. By attending festivals, engaging with peers, and embracing the realities of modern youth culture, Christian bridges the gap between tradition and progress. Yet behind the scenes, the burden of expectation remains ever present. Those close to him admit that he feels the weight of his future role and works hard to balance it with his personal aspirations. He knows he doesn't have the luxury of complete anonymity, one friend confided, but he's determined not to lose himself in the process. That's what makes him so admirable. For his parents, King Frederick and Queen Mary, Christian's choices reflect their own progressive approach to monarchy. Both have spoken in the past about the importance of authenticity and service over ceremony, and they have clearly raised their son with those same values. It's a vision of kingship that resonates strongly with today's Denmark, proud of its traditions, but also deeply egalitarian and forward-looking. The Danish public, for the most part, has rallied behind their future king. Polls show that Christian enjoys high approval ratings, particularly among young people who see him as a relatable role model. His openness and willingness to engage on social media, albeit in carefully curated ways, have further cemented his popularity. Looking ahead, Christian's journey will not get any easier. As he grows into his role, the scrutiny will intensify, and the responsibilities will multiply. But his behavior so far suggests that he has the strength of character and the emotional intelligence to meet the challenges head-on. In many ways, Christian represents the future not just of Denmark's monarchy, but of monarchy itself. By embracing modernity without abandoning tradition, he is showing how royal families can continue to play a meaningful role in the 21st century. The Roskilde Festival may have been just another night for most who attended, but for Denmark, it was a glimpse of the kind of king Christian may one day become, a leader who is approachable, relatable, and deeply connected to his people. For now, he remains a young man finding his way, navigating the unique intersection of royalty and reality, of palace life and public life, of private aspirations and public duties. It's a delicate balance, but if anyone can walk that tightrope, it is Crown Prince Christian. And so we ask you, do you believe Crown Prince Christian's modern approach will strengthen the Danish monarchy in the years to come? Or do you think it risks diluting the mystery and tradition of royalty? Let us know your thoughts and join the conversation below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to BNews for more stories about the people shaping history, both behind palace gates and beyond.